Hi, welcome back to How to Be a Working Comic. My name is Dave Schwensen. I'm author of the book, How to Be a Working Comic. And, I just want to say I've been doing comedy workshops for... Yeah, that's a heck of a long time, isn't it? Anyway, with my comedy workshops, I've been told a number of times the most important thing I say, this is the first day of the workshop, we start out, I say when you get on that comedy stage, you are a comedian, all right? Whether you've done it before, whether you haven't done it before, the idea is to use that stage to get better. It's your workplace. Don't waste our time by going up there and goofing off. Have something you want to work on. It could be new material, could be a story, could be a joke, could be just working the crowd. But don't go up there wasting time. It's not fair to you for your career. After all, this is called How to Be a Working Comic, not How to Be an Amateur Comic in a Holiday Inn on a Saturday night somewhere. And you also don't want to waste the time of other comedians who are there to use the stage, open mics, to get better. And I like to party. All right, Dave, you're up. Now, I know from personal experience from many years ago, hanging around the open mic scene in New York City, that there are some aspiring comedians, wannabe comedians, use this as their social networking night out on the town. They'll be hanging around the bar, drinking with friends, and saying, oh wait, it's my turn up. Hang on to that thought for 3 minutes, and I'll be right back. And they run up on stage, do 3 minutes of, let's call it bathroom humor or something that's not going to do their career any good. Then they're back, and it's their night out with their friends. The idea behind doing these shows, open mics, or whatever stages you're working on, is to use it to get better. Again, don't waste our time, all right? Get into an open mic scene and get out. Try to get into the clubs where you have paying gigs. All right, and as always, I have a story about this. Years ago when I was working in Hollywood for the Improv Comedy Clubs, I was talent coordinator for a television show called A&E's An Evening at the Improv. Some of you might remember it. My family lived in Ohio, so every once in a while I would come back to visit my family. But since they were in a completely different business than I was, they go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, where I'm up all night wondering where am I going to go to find comedy.
The first morning saw us up at 6, breakfasted and back in bed at 7. This was our routine for the first 3 months. We finally got so we were back in bed at 6:30.
Well, we happened to have an improv club in Cleveland, so I would go in for the late midnight show when I was around. And I remember going in to see the headliner, who was a friend of mine, but I had watched the first 2 acts that went on stage, the opening act and the feature act. And I sat there, the club was packed, and I was surprised they both went up there and pretty much goofed around. They wasted their time on stage. They had friends there, so they were doing inside jokes, basically what I'll call bathroom humor. They weren't thinking about doing anything that could get them on television. And after sitting through this, finally the headliner went up and he killed, had a great show. In the meantime, these 2 comics went to the back of the room and the general manager said, hey, you know, that's Dave Schwensen sitting over there. He books the TV show An Evening at the Improv. Well, they both came over to me and said, oh my gosh, Dave, if we had known you were here, if I had known you were here, I would have done my act. I wouldn't have goofed around like that. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. You've got a room full of people who paid top dollar to see a great comedy show, and you wasted their time. You goofed around on stage, not caring whether they laugh or not, just to entertain your friends. I'll be honest with you. No, I didn't put them on television, and matter of fact, I didn't even give them an audition. I just didn't feel good about that. Okay, that's my story. Don't waste our time. When you're on stage, use that to get better. Use it to get that important stage experience. All right, once again, my name is Dave Schwensen. Subscribe to this channel. If you enjoy these videos, please let me know. It's called How to Be a Working Comic, and until next time, keep laughing.
Ha ha ha!